Objections are the moment that most new advisors absolutely freak out. The client says, I need to think about it, or that fee seems high, and suddenly you feel on the back foot. But here's the truth about this. Objections aren't a bad thing. They're just a sign that something wasn't quite clear earlier in the process. So in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to handle objections calmly, and even better, how to prevent most of them from ever coming up. So why do objections happen? Well, objections usually happen for two main reasons. Number one is the client feels surprised. For example, you left your fee until the very end and now it's a shock. The second reason is the client feels uncertain. For example, they don't fully understand the value of protection, so they hesitate. If you manage expectations early, most objections never actually appear. So we call this the prevention principle. Think of objections like weeds. If you tackle them early, they'll never grow. That means talking about fees up front, not as a surprise. That means introducing protection as a normal part of the process, not a bolt-on. It's about being clear about timelines so delays don't create frustration. This is called pre-framing, and it's one of the most powerful sales techniques you can use. But how do you actually handle objections in the moment if they come up? So when objections do come up, here is a simple three-step approach. So first thing is stay calm, never get defensive. Second one is dig deeper, say, I understand, but what specifically is it that is worrying you? And the third thing is answer with value. So explain the benefit in plain English and link it back to their situation. For example, the client says, your fees seem high. Then you say, I completely understand. Can I ask, what are you comparing it to? The client answers, it doesn't really matter what they say, because then what you say then, here's what my fee covers. I'll handle the research, the application, the follow-up, and I'll be here for your remortgage in 2 to 5 years' time. That's not just mortgage, that's a peace of mind. Now let's talk about that classic one, which is the think about it objection. When a client says, I need to think about it, don't just nod and end the call. Instead, say, I totally get it. I need time to think about things too. What specifically do you need to think about? And 9 times out of 10, they're going to reveal the real objection, which is either going to be price, trust, or uncertainty. And once it's out in the open, you can address it. So here's your exercise for this lesson. On a piece of paper, write down the 5 most common objections you expect to hear. For example, your fee is too high, I want to shop around, I'm not sure about protection. And then next to each one of them, write a calm, clear response that explains the value you bring. And once you've written them, practice saying them out loud until they feel natural. In the next lesson, we're going to look at something simple but very powerful, which is the importance of asking directly for the business. I'll see you in that one next.